This is King Cobra JFS, and you are watching the worst of the worst, the show that checks out the worst of the internet. Now here's your host, Brendan. Fuck sickos and fuck the trolls.
Time to start the worst of all the shit we burn up. Got no time for kids, so let's start the worst now.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Worst Of. This show takes a look at all the worst parts of the internet. I am your host, Brandon, and before we get into today's topic, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to follow us on X over at Worst of Pod. Come say hello, leave suggestions, things you want to see me cover, tell me to fuck off, all that fun shit. So it looks like Cyraxx is back at it again with the pity party, going through his same sob story bullshit over and over again. We've all heard that he's a victim of cyber terrorism for the last 8 years and all of that other sad sack bullshit that he likes to spew out. So he's got another message for everybody, and I thought it'd be fun for us to go through it and check it out. So without further ado, here we go.
What's up, YouTube? It's Chance here. First of all, I want to say good morning to you guys. Hope you guys are having a good day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys are at. But I just wanted to pop in and say good morning. But also, I wanted to talk about something very dark, but very real.
Alright, so it sounds like he's got an important message for us, and you can tell it's important because he had to take the time to stop what he was saying to take a big-ass swig from this fucking mug, so prepare yourself for all the disgusting mouth noises that follow that.
And that is the demons that live within us. A lot of people think that when you get trolled or bullied online, that it's not real and that it doesn't create demons within you that you have to fight. But I'm here to tell you right now that it actually does. Reason I know this is because I fight my demons every day and every night.
Well, that sounds rough, Cyraxx. It's a never-ending battle with you and these demons. I almost feel sorry for you, It's got to be a pretty rough life that you're living. Why don't you tell us a little more about it? Fucking retard.
See, when most of you people that don't really understand the troll community or understand how it affects people, when you guys go to sleep at night, you guys go to sleep, you have... sometimes you have nightmares, but most of the time you have good dreams. But people like me, when I go to sleep personally, I don't go to sleep. I go to war with my demons every night.
Oh my god, it's such a pathetic thing to say. He goes to war with his demons every night, like he's a really severe victim of PTSD or something, just because he gets made fun of online. That's fucking pathetic.
And a lot of people ask me, because I've often made this reference in the past, of how wrestling and music are the exact same. Well, let me explain it to you. When you're in wrestling, you're fighting another wrestler, right? You're battling that person for top spot. You're battling to take that win. Whether that be by pinfall, submission, or unfortunately sometimes this has been known to happen. Not a whole lot, but it has happened in the past. But by knockout. When I step on stage, and I do, whether it's a cover show or whether it's my own music, and I'm doing my streams and I'm, showing what I'm capable of. Every song, every upload, every cover upload I do, every song I release is me battling my own demons within that I face every day.
That's the biggest little horse shit I've ever heard. When I step up to the stage, like the room in his mother's his grandma's attic is considered anything other than a fucking shitty little storage room. But no, that's the stage for the world to watch Cyraxx fighting his demons by singing shitty Linkin Park songs and 3 Days Grace covers. Come on now, what the fuck are you talking about? This is just ridiculous. I fight my demons every day when I go on stage with every video that I upload. You're just a fucking joke, dude. Like, how is singing a cover song poorly fighting your demons? You're not standing up for anything. There's nothing that's happening there. It doesn't make any sense.
And believe me, a lot of times I wish I could just up and walk away from those demons, but I can't. Because I don't have that luxury of being like, oh, well, let me just ignore my demons and they might not be there. No. Those demons that the troll community had placed on me, they're always going to be there.
Well, they are with that mindset. I mean, it is as simple as ignoring the internet and just getting off of it and living your life. But he can't do that. He can't face the fact that he's got nothing in this world aside from his shitty little YouTube channel that he keeps taking down and re-uploading. Like there's nothing for him. So he's forced to live this life. And because of that, he has to fight these demons every day. What is this horse shit that he is feeding us?
The demons of PTSD, anxiety, suicidal thoughts every now and then. Panic attacks.
What else? You got anything else?
Those are all demons that I face every day. All 4 of those demons are very real and they're very dangerous. And they can kill.
Who's died from an anxiety attack? What the fuck are you talking? Oh my god, is he gonna go into the story of the Inquisitor again? Is that the same bullshit that we're gonna hear? It's the only thing that he's got. He's gonna talk about how bullying and cyber terrorism led to the death of this fucking TikToker, the Inquisitor. I guarantee it.
Just like, cancer. You can't see cancer. You can't see addiction. Just like you can't see demons.
But you just said that your demons are like having anxiety attacks and depression and shit, which are all very visible things that could be seen. It's very obvious when someone's having an anxiety attack or when they're going through depression or they're suffering through shit. Like it's a visible thing that people can react to. So you can't compare it to a concept like addiction. It doesn't make any sense.
And along with those 4 demons comes a 5th demon, known as depression. And usually depression goes hand in hand with PTSD and all 4 of the other demons. Depression usually goes hand in hand with the other 4 demons that I mentioned.
But how is yours special from everyone else's?
And those are things that I deal with every day.
It must be rough. So rough to be you, Cyraxx.
So, to the parents out there that are constantly saying that, walking away will do some good, and, it's just the internet, it's not real. Yes, it is.
No.
So, next time...
No, that's just your excuse for everything. It's the only way that you can justify you living the life that you live, because you can't leave the internet, Cyraxx. Like, if bad things would happen if you were forced to go outside and live a life off the internet.
Your kid comes up to you and says, "Mommy, Daddy, I'm being bullied online. I'm being this, I'm being that. These people are attacking me." Listen to your kids and take them serious. Because those things, they do have a very serious effect.
Here's Cyraxx again, the hero of the internet, saving all the kids. Stop focusing on the kids. It doesn't help your argument that you're not a pedophile when all you care about are kids. It's fucking creepy. Stop it.
They do. Because being trolled and bullied online like I've been, I am very much a very big advocate for suicide prevention and mental health. And I can tell you right now that cyberbullying can and does often lead to suicide in teens and young adults, and even with some adults. Like, fully grown adults have been known to take their lives. One adult that has taken his life was a very, very famous TikToker by the name of Inquisitor. He did
Guys, I have so many stories of people who kill themselves because of cyberbullying and online terrorism and just being attacked on a regular basis. But I can only name one person every time it's brought up. One person that I had no relationship with, but I act like I was really good friends with this guy. All of a sudden, he offs himself, and you have all these examples of people doing it because of bullying, and there's no proof that that's why he was even doing it to begin. It's just fucking retarded.
Star Wars mixed with Call of Duty cosplays. And he went through a very similar situation to what I went through, where people tried to make him look like a pedophile and did this and did that and the other. And it hurt him so bad, it destroyed him so deeply that those demons manifested inside of him. And he unfortunately ended up taking his own life on a live stream.
Well, I'll have to check that out first of all, but I'm just gonna say this, I don't know the story of the Inquisitor. I'm not gonna say whether or not he was a pedophile, but I will tell you that innocent people don't kill themselves. That's just the thing. You don't end your life because people are making fun of you as a grown adult. Maybe some things came to light that he didn't want out there, and because of that, he ended it before things can get worse for him. That's my theory on it, but that's also me not knowing anything about the Inquisitor, just based off the fact that guilty people or innocent people don't kill themselves. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Another big swig.
And if you do not know who the Inquisitor is, look up TikTok's The Inquisitor. And there's a bunch of different documentaries that you can watch. Like, there's a lot of different documentaries that you guys can watch on this man. And let me tell you right now, I highly urge you guys to go watch them if you have not watched them. Because they are very informative and they are very real. So, parents, again, I say this. Whenever your kid comes to you and says that they're being bullied online, or they're being harassed, or they feel like they need a mental health day away from school to just relax and get their mind off of everything, do it. Allow them that day to, do whatever they need to do to get into a better headspace.
That's just ridiculous. And that's why we live in a country full of soft pussies. Like, we don't confront our issues. We don't face things head on anymore. Instead, we run away and hide and give ourselves mental health days. You know, there was a time where you'd stand up for yourself and be an adult and face things head on. But now you can just get away with mental health days and not doing things. And Cyraxx, like, he's just like, of course he wants to justify that for kids. He wants kids to stay home so he can try. It's just disgusting. He doesn't care about these people at all.
Because oftentimes, all too often, society ignores the signs of suicide, depression, anxiety,
What are you talking about?
PTSD. Whether it's bullying online or whether it's in real life, they all have the same effect.
Mental health is talked about more now than it ever has before. What are you talking about? There are awareness days for pretty much every condition that's out there. Like, it's been common knowledge that people need to check in on their mental health for a while now. So what are you talking about? Like, all this shit is ignored. It's not ignored. It's ignored for you. That's the problem here. You're not relating it to anyone else. You're only focusing on you and how you feel about things. You're not trying to connect with anybody. This is all based on the fact that you're made fun of and there's nothing you can do about it, even though you think there is.
And unfortunately, kids nowadays in schools have access to more weaponry on the internet and anonymity on the internet, and are able to weaponize their words a lot easier. Trolling is a very serious problem that needs.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Has he never heard this before? And it's never been stronger now more than ever. People have been making fun of people since the dawn of time. That's just how it goes. You need to handle it better. You need to stand up for yourself in a much more mature way to get a better reaction from people. You don't do that. So instead, this is what happens to you.
Needs to be dealt with. Trolling is a very serious issue that blurs the lines a lot of the times between online and real life. My trolls, they took everything from online into real life. But at the same time, even if it's not in real life and it's just on the internet, that online stuff can have very real world consequences.
No, it can't.
Whether it be that person's reputation being ruined, whether it's them not being able to get a job, whether, like what's happened to me, where people have found out my address and had packages rerouted to somewhere else in the world, whether it be spreading a rumor so badly online that that person then loses friends when they go to school that next day or that next week. They end up losing friends because of rumors, because of shit that is spread around via online and misinformation.
He can't help himself bringing up kids. It's fucking sickening. He didn't need to bring up going to school. It's because he's talking about himself. He doesn't go to school anymore. You know, you don't have to talk about high school anymore, you fucking freak. And he's saying the same shit over and over again. Like, this video could have been cut down so much if he stopped spitting and repeating himself all the time.
So I urge any parent out there that has a kid that says, hey, I'm going through this. I need to take a day off for myself to do what I need to do. As long as they're not doing anything to hurt themselves or anything illegal, I definitely urge you parents to give your kids that mental health day. You know, whether it's 1 day or 2 days or whatever. Allow them that day if they need it.
But you're not helping anything when you do that. You're not solving any problems when you run away from them. That's just not how it works. What's going to happen? Okay, so I'm being bullied at school. I go to my parents and I ask for a mental health day or two, and they give it to me. What's going to happen on the third day when I go back to school? The exact same shit. Nothing's going to change at all because you didn't change it. So having these mental health days and giving your kids all that time to focus on themselves when it's really just them playing video games and staying home doesn't do anything.
To really show you what's going on. And, you know, and talk to them. Be involved in your kids' lives, especially when it comes to stuff like this. Don't just sit there and act like it's not an issue. Because it's a very big issue that needs to be taken very seriously. Online trolling is honestly a massive epidemic that I'm just now getting out of myself. I'm just now escaping that troll world. I'm just now coming to the point to where I'm not listening to the trolls. I'm doing my own thing.
But this is like your 12th video addressing the trolls this week. You can't sit there and say that you've escaped the troll community when clearly you haven't. It's just that simple, Cyraxx. You haven't escaped anything. You haven't left the troll community behind. Like, all this shit is still in front of you, and you address it on a regular basis. It's the only thing you talk about when you're not doing your shitty sing-along karaoke covers. You do those shitty karaoke videos, and then you talk about the trolls. That's all you do. So you can't sit there and say that you've left it and it doesn't bother you.
I'm not listening to what they're saying. I'm paying attention to what my friends are saying, what my family is saying, and my real supporters who enjoy what I do. Those are the ones that I listen to. And I get it. You know, a lot of the times it's easier said than done. And a lot of times, you know, people will say, oh, just ignore it and yada, yada, yada. And eventually it'll go away. And sometimes that is the case. But unfortunately, on the other side of that, that's not always the case. Sometimes it can't be ignored.
Quit scratching yourself.
And take me, for example.
Yeah, here we go.
People have always told me the last 8 years that I've been bullied online to ignore it and move on, ignore it and move on. And at first that tactic did work. But then the trolls started ramping everything up and started to affect my real life to where I could not ignore it. They were sending police to my house. They were sending FBI. They were sending detectives. They were sending fire trucks, ambulance, random people from Craigslist that I did not know. Some of the trolls were even showing up themselves to my house.
Well, that was some of Marty's best work when he was getting the people off of Craigslist to go to Cyraxx's house and try to purchase Nazi memorabilia or meet up for gay sex. Like, that's just funny. I get that. But the cops, the FBI, all that shit, that was him. He's the one who's been going online for 8 years now talking about how he's filed reports with the FBI and he's going to deal with the law enforcement to take down N-Word Boy and William Glory Hole and Music Biz Marty and all these trolls. Like, he's the one who's been in contact with them. I don't believe that people are calling the cops and the FBI to go to Chance Wilkins' house. That's just stupid.
So a lot of the times it can't be ignored. Sometimes it has to be dealt with. So I urge any parent out there whether,
Back to this.
you know, whether your kid's in grade school or all the way up in high school, or if they're doing classes online, whether they're being homeschooled or doing digital academies or whatever. You know, when your kids are sitting there saying like, hey, I'm being bullied, you need to take that seriously. Because a lot of the times that stuff goes unnoticed, and unfortunately a lot of the times those kids that get bullied end up taking their own life as a result. One movie I will highly recommend you guys watch has the actress Emily Osment from Camp Rock in it. And the movie, it's a very good movie. I highly urge you guys to watch this. The movie is called Cyberbully. It's about a girl who gets bullied online and catfished by one of her friends who pretend to be this guy online that she likes. And it turned out that that guy that liked her was actually a real guy at school, but it wasn't actually him sending her the messages. It was somebody else. And it got so bad to the point where she had attempted to take her own life.
Well, leave it to Cyraxx to accurately describe a movie and make it sound like it's worth watching. And oh, wow, she's the actress from Camp Rock? Wow, I can't wait to go see that. Of course he watched a movie called Cyberbully, and of course he relates to it because of the catfishing story behind it, because he got catfished and tricked into sending nudes to someone that he thought was underage. So of course he relates to that. This is just pathetic. And I'm not going to watch this movie. I don't know about you.
I highly suggest watching that movie. It is a very good movie. And one song I will highly recommend that I will actually put the link for in the description, as well as the movie, is called Coming Down by Five Finger Death Punch.
Ugh. That song is fucking retarded. It's one of those preachy anthems that cries about being bullied and the effects that it had. Like, from Five Finger Death Punch, these people that are supposed to be hardcore, but no, they're soft pussy. Like, Five Finger Death Punch is for simpletons to begin with, but when you add preachy messages like that into the songs, it's just retarded.
That song touches on the realities of internet bullying and what it can lead to, and what the problems at home can lead to, and how online problems can lead, how those two things, what problems at home and problems on the internet, can lead, and often do lead, to suicide.
Of course he likes Five Finger Death Punch.
So with that being said, I love you guys. Stay up, stay positive, keep being yourselves, and fuck suicide.
All right, there we have it. A strong, powerful way to end it with a fuck suicide, because that's going to do anything. Like, I can't stand when he acts like he's standing for something. Like, all these videos are meant to have a cause, and you're supposed to raise awareness for suicide prevention or whatever the fuck he claims with these things. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, and he's only doing this for him, to fill his fucking stupid ego. These videos make me sick. And it's just the same repetitive bullshit over and over again. Nothing is new because nothing happens to him, because he doesn't live a life. So he talks about the same shit over and over again in hopes that someone new is going to listen and it's going to catch on and become this big viral sensation, when it's never going to happen. That's just not the case. But that's going to wrap it up for this week, everybody. I want to thank you for coming out here, taking the time to go through this Cyraxx self-indulgent pity party bullshit. And I hope you learned something, about as much as I might have from this. But that's going to wrap it up for this week. So until next time.